Hello and welcome to another edition of the Matt Z WWE show. Please leave a like and a comment on this video and go subscribe for more videos. Today I'm going to be reviewing Raw, WWE Raw from the 11th of March 2013, and we got started with a Pallbearer Tribute to open up the show. Just some clips of his, highlights in WWE basically, which I thought was a very fitting tribute, something they needed to do, something they did do. They had the Undertaker come out, and then in the middle of the Undertaker sort of mourning really, we have CM Punk enter to a chorus of boos from the crowd, which is what they're aiming for. They're trying to get him as over as possible as a blown up heel. Punk says he's sorry for the loss. And so people sort of think, oh wow, he's saying sorry for the loss of Pallbearer, but no, then he says, I'm sorry Undertaker for your loss at Wrestlemania, because it will be the loss of his streak. That's basically what CM Punk says. Kane goes to chokeslam him off the stage in the commercial break, but CM Punk runs away and gets away with it. We get the Shield coming out to attack the Big Show. Well, actually Seth Rollins has a one-on-one match with the Big Show, and the Shield ambush him midway through the match, and this results in them taking out the Big Show, ending with a triple powerbomb, which was incredible. It's triple powerbomb the Big Show live on Raw. That takes some doing, but the Shield did it. The Shield, and then we get a funny CM Punk and Vicki Guerrero promo where Vicki Guerrero, who's sort of an in-betweener now, she's not really a heel anymore because she orders Punk into a match with Kane in a no DQ match later in the night. So we get Dolph Ziggler defeating Daniel Bryan after numerous distractions from Big E Langston and AJ Lee. Big E attacks Daniel Bryan after the match also, so standard. Dolph Ziggler actually picks up a win on Raw, which is kind of nice because this guy's he's not getting put over enough. For me, as a Money in the Bank winner, as a Money in the Bank holder, this guy loses, 60% of his matches at least. We then get a Triple H vs Brock Lesnar video promo, which was pretty cool, and we then get a fandango coming out. I didn't even pay attention to this, so I can't tell you much about it. This fandango guy, honestly, I don't care about him. We then got the New Age Outlaws vs Sandow and Rhodes, and Sandow and Rhodes actually have two matches on this Raw, which is kind of strange. Brock Lesnar enters in the middle of the match and takes out the New Age Outlaws with F5s to Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. And this is obviously because they're Triple H's friends and he wants to take them out. Paul Heyman then cuts a good promo which ends with him accepting the challenge of Triple H on behalf of Brock Lesnar. And he says, however, he wants to be able to pick the stipulation and he wants Triple H to sign the contract that Brock Lesnar can pick the stipulation or something along them lines. And then get Mark Henry beating Kofi Kingston straight after Ryback beats Heath Slater. We then get Ryback and Mark Henry sort of taking their pick at 3MB and taking them out one by one in front of each other, building up their match at WrestleMania. Henry vs Ryback is going to be, in my opinion, the way to get Ryback over because he's had so many pay-per-view losses. He needs a big win, and this is the big win. Mark Henry is he's one of the top heels in the company at the moment, and a Ryback win over him would be huge for Ryback. Del Rio defeats Antonio Cesaro in what was a decent match. He finishes off with a cross arm breaker. Just as Cesaro is getting ahead of steam, he gets him in the cross arm breaker for the tap out. We then get a John Cena on The Rock video promo. They don't actually appear on Raw tonight, so they needed some sort of way of keeping this rivalry going. So we got a video package building towards their match about how Cena's needs redemption. It's this redemption story that, we keep coming back to this redemption story, and that's what it's all about. That's what this story's been built on. John Cena having a bad year and getting his redemption on The Rock for what was the worst mistake of his life or whatever, losing to The Rock. Apparently the worst mistake of his life. We then got Orton and Sheamus defeating Rhodes Scholars, who apparently are broken. This is weird what they're doing with Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes. I mean, they're supposedly a broken up team. They're not even teammates anymore, yet they featured in two matches on this Raw. So, kind of weird, but it ends with bro kick on Damien Sandow whilst Orton hits an RKO on Cody Rhodes and Sheamus picks up the pin on Sandow after the bro kick. In the commercial break, the Shield take out Orton and Sheamus. Why they did this in the commercial break, I'm not too sure. I would have liked to seen this part of the main programme, but whatever. Jericho and The Miz and Wade Barrett cut a promo and basically ends with Jericho and The Miz attacking Wade Barrett. CM Punk vs Kane, no DQ match. This was the main event of the evening, and in the middle of the match, after they've had a good 10-15 minutes of a good match, it's a solid match, there's chair shots, there's what you want from this sort of match. The gong hits, the Undertaker's gong. This distracts CM Punk, and Kane chokeslams him, picks up the win. However, after the match, the Undertaker comes out, and as Kane is looking towards the Undertaker, CM Punk picks up the urn and hits Kane with it several times. This is obviously very disrespectful to Pallbearer, but it's something, obviously, before people start whining about it, it's obviously something Kane and the Undertaker were comfortable in having him do, as, you know, that's what they do. They rehearse these things. They don't just suddenly, CM Punk doesn't just suddenly pick up the urn and start smashing Kane around it. You know, because if that did happen and Kane didn't want it to happen, Kane could have easily stopped it. But no, it's a good way. The Undertaker knows, Kane knows, it's a good way of getting CM Punk over as a heel, and it worked. You know, the crowd were booing louder than ever for CM Punk. They did their job with CM Punk. And if CM Punk were to end the streak at WrestleMania, this guy would be the most hated guy in the WWE Universe, probably in ages. This guy would be so hated, it'd be unbelievable. I'd like to see CM Punk end the streak purely for that reason, but obviously I expect The Undertaker to win. So, Raw goes off air with the CM Punk mocking the Undertaker down the ramp, and the Undertaker giving it, the whatever you call it, the Phenom thing. He does that to everyone, doesn't he? That he's going to cut your head off, sort of thing, you know. And that's how Raw ends. And overall, this was a good episode of Monday Night Raw. Overall thoughts: the whole Raw was basically based around the Undertaker and CM Punk, obviously with Brock Lesnar featuring as well, but it was mainly built around the Undertaker's rivalry with CM Punk. I believe this was a good move to give all the attention to this rivalry for this week, and it certainly worked. It's making people, you know, want to buy WrestleMania, want to buy into this match. It's making, having this thing with Pallbearer as well, obviously rest in peace Pallbearer, but having this thing about CM Punk making fun of The Undertaker and Pallbearer's legacy sort of thing, this makes people want to buy the match to see CM Punk lose. People want to watch CM Punk get beaten up at WrestleMania, and that is a way of making people buy the match. So that's my thoughts on it. Thanks for watching the Matt Z WWE show. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment on this video, and go subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.